Welcome back to Lariat TV News. This week we bring you to Fountain Mall as a 72-hour worship event took place on campus. I'm Savannah Ford.
And I'm Abby Roper. Before we get to that story, Texas's ban on smokable hemp products went into effect Tuesday.
On March 31st, Governor Greg Abbott and the state of Texas put a sweeping ban on all smokable THC products. LTVN's Jacob Stowers has more on how the bill impacts the Waco community.
All smokable hemp-derived THC products are now banned in the state of Texas. This comes after several varieties of vapes were taken off the shelves last September.
So as far as everything goes, we've seen a slowdown on sales last couple of days. A lot of people really prefer that smokable product as opposed to the edibles. So it's hit, as I'm sure it has for most businesses.
While this legislation aims to make Texas a better place, local dispensaries across the state are feeling the effects.
Right now, people are coming in and trying the edibles out, giving it a chance. A lot of people weren't too keen to it at first, but they're coming around and grabbing edibles. We also have brought in e-cigs, nicotine products and stuff like that.
Even though all marijuana and hemp products are banned on Baylor's campus, the Baylor community is acknowledging the impact the bans are having.
Obviously, you want to have fun in college, but there's a lot of things that have downsides to that, and weed is one of those things that I've seen is not good for you. So I think it'll help not only the student population as a whole.
The legislation bans all smokable THC products entirely. However, people can still purchase edibles and drinkable hemp products that have a THC potency of under 0.3%. For Lariat TV News, I'm Jacob Stowers.
Students at Baylor University are coming together with a shared purpose to grow in their faith and seek a deeper connection with God. A recent spiritual gathering is encouraging students to reflect, worship, and live out their beliefs. Riley Painter has more on the story.
Here at Baylor, students are gathering for a multi-day event centered around the message of pursuing the heart of God and impacting this generation.
I hope when students walk away from FM 72, I hope they feel seen. I believe we serve a God who sees people, whether you are the most spiritually zealous person or whether you are fresh into prayer and don't even know what you're walking into. My hope and prayer is that as people walk into the tent, that there's an overwhelming sense that they're seen by God that doesn't just put up with them, but He loves them.
In 1945, Baylor students prayed for 90 days, sparking a revival that spread far beyond campus. Now many say that same spirit is beginning to return as a new generation comes together in faith.
What stood out to me the most about FM 72 is that Baylor students are taking time out of their normal schedules, out of a really busy place, honestly, to come and to seek after the heart of God. I think that's something for Baylor is insane, and it is such a good thing. But also you think about other colleges too. What other colleges have allowed students to literally congregate in the middle of campus, the heart of campus?
The event emphasizes not only personal faith, but also the impact students can have on one another, encouraging them to live out their beliefs beyond campus.
Rites of passage, or I think of when the people of God pass through the Jordan River and they set up those Ebenezer stones. They're moments where we can look back and remember what God has done, but they catalyst us into following Jesus every day. I don't think it's something that we need to build our whole faith on, but I think it's something that can kind of refresh and renew our faith, and we can press forward and follow Jesus day by day.
As the event wraps up, students are carrying its message forward, seeking purpose, community, and a stronger faith. For Lariat TV News, I'm Riley Painter.
Outdoor siren testing will occur Thursday from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. around Waco as Baylor University, McLennan County, and the Waco Fire Department are making sure emergency systems are working. This outdoor siren testing makes sure that Wacoans will still be alerted if an emergency event occurs. These alerts can provide time to find safety and protection from danger. The Waco community is committed to taking the necessary steps to protect its residents for any future emergencies that may happen.
At Patton F. Hall, the McLean Carolyn is calling the campus to pause this Holy Week, using music to reflect both sorrow and hope. Dedicated on November 4th, 1988, the McLean Carolyn in Patton F. Hall has become a meaningful part of campus tradition, with its bells heard across Baylor's campus. During Holy Week, the music takes on a deeper meaning, representing both the sadness of Christ's crucifixion and the hope that follows. As the sound carries throughout campus, it invites students and faculty to pause during a busy time of the semester and reflect, encouraging listeners to think about love, faith, and the teachings of Christ in their daily lives.
Hope it gives them a little respite from all of the stresses I know they're under this time of year. Hopefully it will inspire us to get back to what is truly important, and from that base, integrate that into our daily lives.
Coming up next, we tell you about the events being held in Waco for Easter.
And recap the toughest half in Texas. Keep it here.
I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this.
With May graduation getting closer, Baylor seniors are feeling the final push to get everything done. For students in the College of Arts and Sciences, that includes finishing up their creative arts experience, or CAE requirements, before walking the stage. CAEs require students to attend 12 approved events across different art disciplines. While many complete them over time, some students still have some left, with about a month until graduation. The Office of Undergraduate Requirements encourages students to look out for their emails regarding their standing and take advantage of the events happening in the next few weeks.
There's always kind of a final push the last couple weeks of class where all of a sudden usually a bunch of events drop to try to help them kind of get across the finish line. That will happen again this spring, so no worries for those who still have some to go. We will have plenty between here and I think the last event is going to be May 6th, that last day of class. So we'll get them there.
At Baylor University, history is stepping off the page and onto the stage. To commemorate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, students are bringing the Second Continental Congress to life through music, performance, and collaboration in 1776 and more.
From the stage to the spotlight, 1776 and more is giving students a chance to bring history to life right here in Waco.
The production is a part of Baylor's musical theater workshop class, where students meet just twice a week and work against the clock to build a full performance. In collaboration with Baylor's History and Theater Arts Department, the show brings the past to life, featuring history students portraying founding fathers through contextual speeches, along theater students performing songs from 1776 and Hamilton.
We just have like a very limited time to do things, but that's like kind of just the cool nature of theater, is that we just kind of like throw things together and then like it creates magic, which is really awesome.
Set in the summer of 1776, the performance highlights a pivotal moment in American history when delegates from 13 colonies gathered in Philadelphia to confront rising tensions with England and debate their future.
Knowing the history behind our country, the good and bad that came with it, I think there's some important messages in both the songs that we're performing as well as the interludes that the history department is giving.
Despite the fast-paced schedule, actors say the experience is both creative and rewarding, allowing them to build something together from one class period to the next, and ultimately share it with a live audience.
I just hope that people get like a sense of unity, just because it is the 250th anniversary of our country, and that they get to hopefully learn something. I hope that they just like have a fun time also through learning unity, like within theater, but also within our country.
By combining history, performance, and collaboration, 1776 and more not only commemorates the nation's founding, but brings a sense of unity and storytelling to Baylor's stage. For Lariat TV News, I'm Maren Small.
Holy Week and Easter are important times of year around Baylor's campus. While Easter is happening Sunday, events will be available on campus. There will be 2 Holy Week services at 3:30 and 5 p.m. Thursday in the Paul W. Powell Chapel at Truett Seminary. The service will feature Reverend Matthew Autry and give students an opportunity to celebrate Easter before the holiday.
Co-authors Christopher Piper and Justin Nelson discuss their new book, Society Without People, the social implications of the metaverse and AI, as part of the Baylor Author Series Tuesday. LTVN's Owen Carson has more.
In Moody Library Tuesday, Baylor students and faculty gathered for a discussion based on Christopher Piper and Justin Nelson's book, Society Without People, The Social Implications of the Metaverse and AI. Audience members were able to listen to the implications artificial intelligence will have on society's future.
And the most disturbing statement I've heard came from a student when I actually caught him using AI. And I said, "Why did you feel compelled to use this?" And he said, "Honestly, Dr. Piper, I am using AI to get a job that AI will eventually take."
That train of thought is exactly what scares many people about the future of AI. Some people feel that there are a lot of unknowns and yet can't help but be nervous for their jobs and livelihoods.
Now that is a kind of extreme nihilism, but I had a hard time replying to it as though it wasn't true.
AI does not need to become more advanced or impactful, both Piper and Nelson argue. They say this because the human brain and its capabilities can do things that no computer in the world will or ever do.
We already have the most efficient intelligence ever created, and it's right between our ears of every human being. And to think we can improve on this is hubris and folly. Instead of artificial intelligence, we need natural decency. That's what we need. We don't need faster minds with bigger hearts.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Owen Carson.
Waco police and firefighters traded in their uniforms for basketball jerseys this weekend for a good cause. The annual Guns and Hoses basketball game brought the community together to support Special Olympics Texas. Abby Roper has more.
Right behind me, Waco PD and Fire are about to take the court for the third annual Guns and Hoses charity basketball game.
Inside University High School's gym, the focus of the game isn't just on the scoreboard. It's on supporting Special Olympics Texas through friendly competition. The annual event brings together first responders and athletes for a night of basketball, with both teams raising money leading up to tip-off.
So this is the Special Olympics event we have with the Waco Fire Department and with the Waco Police Department. So it's going to be a little competitive today. We're going to try to be up on the fire department here a little bit.
Local Special Olympics athletes play alongside the officers and firefighters, competing for the Guns and Hoses trophy. Events like this help raise awareness and support programs that give athletes more opportunities to compete.
Well, what it means to me is that I get to have a chance to hang out with some friends and stuff and compete. Well, it makes me feel pretty good because I know they actually care about us.
The game gave the officers and athletes alike a chance to connect and have some fun.
It is so amazing. Like, we get to be out here with the guys and the girls, the kids, just having fun for one, but also we're building that relationship with people who maybe we don't really get the chance to meet all the time, right? So we're just out here building a relationship with them, having fun with them, and yeah.
At the buzzer, Waco Fire took home the trophy, but the real win is the money that was raised for Special Olympics Texas. For Lariat TV News, I'm Abby Roper. Thousands of runners took to the streets of Waco for Baylor's annual marathon, raising money for student scholarships. Savannah Ford takes us to the course.
Right now it's quiet, but in a few minutes this area will be packed with runners, spectators, and energy as the marathon gets underway. At McLean Stadium, runners gather for Baylor's annual half marathon and 6K, with proceeds going towards student scholarships.
It's on my bucket list, and I really wanted to do it before graduating, so that was really my reason.
I never thought I could, so I was like, why not? I'll try. So I'm excited.
The course stretches through Baylor's campus and into Cameron Park, known for its steep hills. That's why it's earned the title, the toughest half in Texas.
I'm just excited to prove to myself that I can do something hard. And I don't know, I think that shows that later on in my life I'll also be able to do hard things.
Yeah. I think it's such a unique opportunity that we have at Baylor, to have the toughest half right here in our backyard is so cool. So, yeah.
Nearly 2,000 runners take part each year, but the crowd extends far beyond those on the course. Friends and supporters line the route, cheering runners on from start to finish.
The Baylor community as a whole is just
unlike any other, and so to get to do this and like be surrounded by everyone, just like the joy you can feel here, like exuding, it's so cool. I think it's also special to like look back and like where you started at Baylor and kind of like even like way back to line camp and like coming in like not knowing anyone, not knowing where you're gonna be. It's like I would have never imagined myself like doing this.
From personal milestones to shared moments, the event continues to bring people together, leaving an impact that goes beyond race day. For Lariat TV News, I'm Savannah Ford.
Blessed are the catalysts, sparking invention from the unknown. Strong are the generous, taking up the call to serve the world. Needed are the peacemakers, seeking common ground for the common good. But don't worry, you can still be fierce on game days. The work you do is faith in action, fueled by the light burning inside you. The world needs who you were made to be. Dare to be you, indeed.
This past weekend, after football's first week of spring camp, we got to hear from new Baylor quarterback DJ Lagway. I was there to bring you how he feels on being in Waco.
On Saturday, Baylor football wrapped up their first week of spring camp. For the first time in his time at Baylor, we got to hear from Florida transfer quarterback DJ Lagway.
Yeah, me and Coach Spav's relationship has been great. Just his ability to let me be me, and let me play freely. I feel good, kind of feeling like myself again, so it feels good to just go out there and just have fun and I know I have a coach that believes in me and wants me to succeed, so I'm excited for that.
In his 4-8 season as the Gators starter, Lagway would throw for 16 touchdowns and rush for 1. However, he also struggled to keep the ball out of defenders' hands, throwing 14 interceptions through the season.
The biggest thing that me and Coach Spav have been talking about is the flow of the game, knowing the flow of the game, knowing when to do things, knowing when to not, and just kind of knowing, when to pass. We got a lot of RPOs, so knowing when to throw it, when to hand it, and just kind of being, cerebral in that aspect of things.
Lagway will have to fill a void left by leaving Sawyer Robertson and take over an explosive offense that ended this season as the conference's #3 total yards per game producers. For Lariat TV News, I'm Aiden Richmond.
Men's basketball faced off against Minnesota Wednesday for the first time in program history during the College Basketball Crown Tournament in Las Vegas. In the quarterfinal game, Baylor clawed the Golden Gophers in a 67-48 win. After a back-and-forth first half, the Bears went on a 16-1 scoring run in the first 5 minutes of the game out of the break. Led by freshman Tunde Yesufu, who went 2 for 9 in the first half, he soared in the second half, going 6 for 11, ending the night with 19 points. Baylor will take on the Oklahoma Sooners Saturday at 12:30. You can watch the game on Fox. Baylor baseball broke its 4-game win streak with a 5-1 loss against Tarleton State Tuesday. Brooke Cranford has more from the game.
Despite a strong start, Baylor baseball lost 5-1 against Tarleton State Tuesday to snap their 4-game win streak.
Tonight we got to swing the bats better, and we didn't swing them well enough. Sometimes that happens on a Tuesday following a big weekend, and there's an emotional thing, and I'm disappointed in that. I'll take some credit for that. We got to get them ready to go, and I don't think that we were not ready to go. I think that our guys we just got beat. They beat us.
Travis Sanders started off the game with a home run, but that didn't stop the Texans from coming back with a 3-run second inning to take control. The Texans continued to keep the lead and secured their win with another run at the top of the 7th.
First weekend we've had starting pitchers that were lengthened out, ready to go, and could stay in the game until we had to come get them. And and we pitched extremely well this weekend, and we'll need to pitch well again this weekend against BYU.
Baylor hosts BYU for a 3-day series. For Lariat TV News, I'm Brooke Cranford.
Baylor soccer scored a 4-3 win against TCU in a spring scrimmage game Friday. The Bears started off in a battle for the first goal and struggled to keep the lead before the second half, but picked up momentum leading into the final moments of the game. After back-and-forth goals, Olivia Hess helped finish the game with the winning goal.
Absolutely. Everything we do in the spring is about getting ready for the fall and playing against the top team, and that's why we put this team on our schedule. And we've got SMU and OU coming up, and they're great teams as well. And obviously a conference opponent who's had such success within the conference in the last couple of years. So everything right now is about winning in the fall.
The Bears will continue their spring schedule with a match against UTSA Saturday. Men's tennis added 2 wins to its season total Sunday. Charlie Cole has more from the court.
Men's tennis won 2 matches Sunday, first beating number 12 UCF 4-2, then defeating Creighton 7-0. All 10 players on Baylor's roster got to see some action between the 2 matches.
Good effort from the guys. I mean, it's always nice to get everybody involved in the match. I think especially at this stage of the year, it's sometimes rare. We get into a rhythm and the same lineup plays, and so for us to get all the guys involved and get those live reps is huge. And I thought the guys did a good job.
It was a dominant day for the Bears, who won 9 singles matches out of the 11 that finished, including all 6 matches against Creighton in which they did not lose a single set. 39th ranked Jean Bourvelts won 2 singles matches and a doubles match on the day, all in straight sets.
Yeah, I've had some tougher matches. Didn't feel my game that much. I was unfinished the last 2 matches, but today finally I could step up and play my game, play with a lot of confidence, and that brought me a lot of success today.
The victory over UCF marked Baylor's 6th top 25 win of the season, and the 2nd against the Knights after beating them 4-0 back in February. The Bears found a new stride Sunday, winning the doubles point in both matches.
It hasn't always been that way. I will say we struggled at one point earlier in the season, but I think we're finding our rhythm. I think we've got some good pairings. I think they're building some good chemistry and gaining confidence. So really like what I'm seeing. Obviously we got a lot of guys involved in the evening, and they did a nice job. So I think that gives us a ton of confidence, and we have a lot of depth and that we'll be able to use if needed. So I was pleased with how we started both matches.
Baylor will now look forward to continuing its homestand as it takes on Utah on Thursday, followed by another home doubleheader on Saturday. For Lariat TV News, I'm Charlie Cole.
Softball is continuing its homestand this weekend as it will host Houston Thursday through Saturday. The Bears are 22-12 on the season and 5-4 in Big 12 play after being swept last weekend at number 13 Arizona. Houston comes in with just a 1-11 conference record and has lost its last 3 games by a combined 40 runs. First pitch will be at 6:30 Thursday, and all 3 games will be available on ESPN+. That wraps it up for sports this week. Be sure to stay up to date on all things Baylor athletics by following the Lariat on social media. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Aiden. That closes out our newscast this week. Make sure you are keeping up to date by following all Baylor Lariat socials.
We hope to see you next Friday for our regularly scheduled newscast. Until then, happy Easter, have a safe week, and as always, sick 'em Bears.